Okay. But right. If you didn't hear on television, a young woman in the audience saying that candidate Marcia Yearsley had withdrawn as of today. However, these are the names that will appear on the ballot. So, sponsors, sure. So, we'll still have the three signs up here. And let's see. We drew cards at the beginning. High card is the candidate that will answer all the questions first. That will be Joyce Zeller. And then we'll go to Robert McCool. And let's start with you, Ms. Zeller. And first we need 60 seconds about you.
Probably the moment I got here, I became active in Eureka Springs. I used to belong to the Downtown Merchants Association. And when that kind of dried up, I was one of the founders of the Commercial Club. The Commercial Club has a history that goes back to 1927. There was a Commercial Club had the first fundraising. Okay, anyhow, 30 seconds. Whoops, hurry up. Go ahead. Okay, served on 4 Christmas committees, got the Blues Festival up and running, worked on it for 3 years. I had a 1-year experience in the City Council. Okay, I was appointed actually to serve there. I worked on sidewalks, sewers, and city government. And I know a lot about marketing.
All right.
And that's my time. Okay.
Mr. McCool?
That's a short time.
You have 60 seconds.
My name is Bob McCool. I'm married with 1 son and 3 grandsons. I was born and raised in Arkansas. My wife Ann and I moved to Eureka last April and opened a small motel. I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with majors in Management and Marketing from Henderson State University, and I successfully managed a retail store for a major U.S. retailer. I retired from the U.S. Treasury Department after a career as a special agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and I've owned 3 businesses. The first one failed, the second one was very successful, and the third we're working on now. I first came to Eureka with my parents in 1957, and I never forgot that visit, and I've since returned many times. I've seen many changes over the years.
All right. Now the first question that is being asked of all of our candidates tonight: what do you think is the most important issue facing our community today, and why? 90 seconds, Ms. Zeller.
I think this community, the most important issue is that we're having a crisis in leadership. We seem to have lost all of our strong leaders. We don't know where we're going. There's kind of a miasma over the city. We're unhappy with each other. We're not the really great place we used to be, but we can get back there. We're on the edge of becoming really great because we have this population growth around us. If we can start over with new people, with new energy, with new leadership, and have a new beginning, we're going to be able to get back to restoring this town to the really quaint paradise it used to be. It's just going to be up to the voters to do that.
All right. Mr. McCool?
Well, I think the main issue is the continuing decline of tourism. There's no one single solution to this issue. It must be addressed with a unified effort of the City Council, CAPC, the Chamber of Commerce, our businesses, and all of our citizens. We must work together to promote our city. We need to look forward. Mistakes have been made. Let's put them behind us and move on. City Council needs to provide training and oversight to the CAPC and support commissioners who are willing to commit time and energy to do the job. The CAPC must have commissioners who are willing to get to know the business owners they represent. They should solicit suggestions and ideas from the particular businesses, bringing them to the table for discussion and action. The Chamber can be very helpful in effort by remembering commerce in this community is tourism. Downtown merchants, let's revive the downtown spirit that has made us unique. We need your ideas. The friendliness of our citizens towards our visitors is vitally important. We must all be goodwill ambassadors for our city. By working together, we can increase tourism. It's a simple solution. More tourists equals more tax revenue, more prosperity, and less of a tax burden on Eureka citizens. We must have the A&P tax if we're to increase and encourage tourism.
All right. Second question, again, asked first to Ms. Zeller, is what would be the first ordinance you'd try to pass if elected in 2007?
A lot can happen between Election Day and January the 1st. Whatever comes up that is a crisis, of course, is the first thing we're going to have to deal with. But I have a feeling that the CAPC is going to be voted out of existence in this election. There's an enormous amount of community rage out there at these people, and so I think probably one of the first priorities is going to be to restore that revenue stream, which is very easy to do. It's very simple. We can be up and running with tax collections by March. I really hate the misinformation that's going on out there about this. This is a referendum to rescind an ordinance. And all we have to do to have a new revenue stream is to write a new ordinance. It's as simple as that. And that, I think, is probably going to be, like the budget, of course, everybody has already said that. We're tired of hearing about it. But I think restoring that revenue stream is going to be pretty important.
Mr. McCool?
As a new candidate, I found this to be the most challenging question, not knowing what old business would be left over by the 06 council. It's difficult to say what we can do. I do know the state law requires an approval of budget by January 31st, and this should be considered the most important business taken up by the newly elected council. I'm not sure if the council will approve the budget by an ordinance or by resolution, but should it approve it by resolution, I may introduce an ordinance that will allow a review of all the present ordinances as to their present day value. I understand there are ordinances dating back to the 1890s and that are no longer would apply today. Maybe a volunteer committee of retired attorneys to review the old ordinances, suggesting and justifying removal of non-applicable ordinances could be submitted to the city council for their action. We probably have too many ordinances on the books now that are not being enforced.
All right. Now it's time for the cold question.